Hello, hello. Welcome to Hometown Advantage. If you are listening on the podcast, which most people are not watching on YouTube, which I'm happy about right now because I am coming to you live, sitting on my son's yellow beanbag, showing it for the couple of YouTube, laptop on my lap in a corner of my office. I have been putting off the podcast. I always talk about that. And I told myself it's getting done by the end of the week. Today is Friday. It's almost 2 p.m. My son's napping. My daughter is watching TV in the other room, and she's using my office chair to watch TV. And if I interrupt her and ask for the chair back, I'm going to set back our chill momentum that we have happening in the house, if that's a thing, chill momentum. So I'm not doing that. I'm like, we are getting this shit done, baby. I'll sit on a dang beanbag chair if I have to. And I'm excited for this episode because it's a little bit more of a personal behind the scenes episode. I'm talking about how I've learned to make scary business decisions with confidence and how you can build your own trust in yourself to take risks in your business without losing your mind, right? So I actually have 5 specific ways that I have built this muscle over the years with stories to go along with each. And I'm just excited to chat about it because this is something that I hear from people all the time. They're like, how did you grow so fast? And of course, I can say ads as one reason. My first year in business was less than 4 years ago. I did $17,000 that year and I was shook. But we're on track to do possibly $500,000 this year, which is so insane, so exciting. And I really boil it down to ads and also taking risks and trusting in myself with those risks as to why I've been able to grow at this perfect pace that is just right for me. Not too fast, not too slow. So if you've ever struggled with making a decision, whether it comes to investing in a program or a coach or a mentor or changing your pricing, changing your offers, investing in support like a new website, admin support at home, hiring more things out, changing up your audience. Anytime it's time for a change or it's time to invest in business, it can feel scary. I totally understand that feeling because I have felt it so many times. But it's just so interesting looking back now because I have now flexed the muscle of taking risks and investing so much that it just does not feel nearly as serious as it once did. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm like, okay, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm not investing to my fullest potential or taking risks to my fullest potential because we all know you shouldn't be in your comfort zone all of the time or even most of the time when you're trying to scale a business or grow a business. But I don't know. I make some pretty crazy, in my mind, investments. Crazy is going to be a subjective to everybody. But let's dive in. 5 things I've done and ways that I have learned to make scary business decisions with confidence. Disclaimer, I am fighting for my life through this episode to make this as least cheesy, if that's the right way to say it, as possible, least cliche. Not cliche, but it's a little tricky because honestly, this does come down to some corny sounding stuff. It's the unfortunate truth. Okay, starting with number 1. I have unwavering confidence in myself and what I do for the people I work with. If you don't have this, you have to start here. Go get to work, my friend, because it is what changes everything and it's what causes a trickle-down effect. So this could look like therapy. It could look like meditating and journaling. It could look like joining masterminds where they're going to help you learn how to build up that confidence in yourself. It could look like, honestly, it could look like lowering prices to feel confident in what you're charging and deliver an excellent result over and over again. Sometimes it is about reps and having to do the thing that you're not super confident in to gain the confidence, right? That's my journey, is I wasn't always this confident in myself and even the results I could pull for different types of clients. Anytime I would get a new ads client, that was a niche I hadn't advertised before, or somebody in a higher level of business than I had worked with before. I wasn't overly confident that we could get them results until I put in those reps. And I charged, oh my gosh, I don't know if I say numbers or just percentage. I'm going to start with percentage. Let me do the math on my calculator. Okay, if I did this right, I have increased my prices 5x. I don't know what the percentage of that is, but I used to charge $500 a month to run ads for a client because I could confidently charge that for the amount of work I was putting in. And I have now 5x'd that. And I now still have unwavering confidence in myself and my team and what we do for people. Same with my program. I believe to my core that how my program is set up, the curriculum, all of these things is going to help and has helped so many local businesses learn how to advertise and learn how to increase their revenue so that they can take home more money to their families and live their best lives. This helps me show up and sell my program with ease because I know that when I'm selling it to someone, I am helping them. I am serving them. Truly, this makes me emotional, but I have learned to love myself like I love a friend or a sister. It's so cheesy, but it's true because I have proven to myself my worth, not that you need to prove anything to feel worthy of just your own self-love, my value, where that comes from as me, in me as a person, as a service provider, as a coach, as a mom, as a wife. And I've done that through reps and then just really going deep. Again, I'm in masterminds where they push you to get to the root of where your limiting beliefs are. I'm in therapy every single week talking about things I'm struggling with top of mind and getting to the root of that and healing those things so that I come out with this unwavering confidence in myself and what I can do for other people. It kind of reminds me of the trendy word of everyone talking about being delusional. Sometimes I'm borderline delusional about how amazing they feel. And that, even saying that, has taken healing and training to get to that point because like most of us, I was taught you don't talk that confident about yourself. You don't feel that way about yourself. You don't act cocky. But ultimately, if I don't love myself and I don't think I'm insanely amazing at what I do, then why should anyone else think that? Of course. That leads me to something that's even more woo than most things I talk about, but I learned about this process called reparenting through therapy, where these things you struggle with, if it's confidence or if it's putting yourself out there or whatever it is, getting to the root of what happened in childhood to make you feel that way about yourself now and going back and quote unquote reparenting yourself to retrain your brain to believe in yourself. I'm not an expert on this topic whatsoever. I'm still learning myself, but just know that this is inner work that I have done alongside growing my business. And it's why my business has grown. And it's why I've had confidence in myself to make scary business decisions. Okay, so that's number one. Do what you got to do to get unwavering confidence in yourself and what you do for the people that buy from you. If you don't have this, you're going to struggle up a hill. Number two, another one that feels slightly cheesy, but honestly, it can be really productive if you nail this. Get clear on your specific values that you want to bring to your life and business. Come up with 3 to 5. Of course, a lot of us have lots of values. I have a lot more than this, but I picked my top 4 that these are for me. Of course, there's other things that come naturally. But I have these 4 values written in my notes app, written on a Post-it note in my office. I have these to go to whenever I'm in these masterminds and these therapy practices and in these therapy sessions and all of that. When it gets brought up, I know what my top 4 values are. I've gone over them. I've talked about why, all of these things. And when it comes to making scary business decisions with confidence, I can come back and say, is doing this going to support my top 4 values? I almost just gave them away. Hopefully my software edits that little spoiler part out. I am going to share them. But my top 4 values in my life and my business, I have these shared, are family, freedom, fun, and results. Okay, so of course, family comes first. It's the whole reason I started this business, is to support my family financially and time-wise and freedom-wise, which is my next one. It is so important to me that I feel like I have freedom, my own version of freedom with my time, with my location, with my finances. I have been this way since I was a little girl. You can ask my parents. If I feel caged in, I don't feel well. And I think most entrepreneurs feel that way. And it's so crazy because, of course, everyone's version of what freedom looks like is different. I was a teacher before I did this, and people would look at me and be like, wow, they wouldn't use these words, but they basically mean you have so much freedom by having summers off. But I couldn't get past the other 10 months, especially having kids. I didn't end up going back to teaching per se once I had kids, but it's like I have such little freedom to go on my kids' field trips, to go see their performances and assemblies and different things that are happening during the day when I am a teacher myself. I did actually work part-time at a school after I had Savannah, my first. And since I worked part-time, I got half of what a normal full-time salary teacher would be. I got half the salary, and then I got half the sick days. And so most teachers get 10 sick days, which comes out to around 1 sick day a month. I got 5. I used them by October. So August, September, October, my sick days were gone for the whole school year because my daughter was a baby. She went to daycare for the first time, and me and my husband hadn't quite figured out how to split time, sick time, all of that. Everyone knows that's a process in your family and your marriage and your parenting when you have kids. But even with him taking days and me taking days, I ran out of sick days so fast. And even though I had a boss who was really understanding, the fact that I have to email, I might get my pay cut. There's other catty teachers that maybe are gossiping about me because I have to call in sick. Oh my gosh, I felt so anxious and so boxed in. That's a little tangent about my core value on freedom. Okay, so that's family, freedom, fun. What's the point if you're not having fun? That's what I live for. I live for fun. And again, my definition of fun might be different than yours. I know my definition of fun is different than my husband's. It's fun for me to plan things for the kids and plan these big outings with the kids. It's fun for me to travel with the kids. It's fun for me to troubleshoot a low converting funnel. It's fun for me to study a spreadsheet of data. Is that not fun for you? It's fun for me because we can turn those numbers and that data into money, honey. That's fun. Money is fun. Spending money is fun. Okay, so family, freedom, fun. And then lastly is results. Is everything I'm doing and is every decision I'm making going to help me get better results? That part's harder, obviously, to answer because sometimes you don't know, which is going to lead me into my next one. But that is a core value for everything we do in the business and everything we do for clients. I can funnel every decision through that, through those 4 things. So I highly recommend sticky notes app. Talk it through with ChatGPT, talk it through with a friend, your partner, whoever you can chat with about these things. Talk through it with me if you want. Share your values with me, and your DMs are ones you're thinking about. Because it's really easy to just know that you have values, but if you can nail it down to a couple specific ones and use that as your filter for making decisions, it really helps cut down on that decision fatigue that happens when you're just going in blind. Okay? At the end of this episode, I'm going to talk about a huge shift that I'm making in my business and how I spent a lot of time thinking about this shift and making this decision. Should I do it? Should I just stay with what's been working and what's been happening? And I really thought about how could this affect my family time? How might this affect my freedom? How might this affect my fun that I have in my business? And then, of course, the big one, when we're talking strictly business, how much might this affect my results, my revenue in my business? All right, let's move to number 3. The third thing is to get clear on one thing you want to happen or you want to see or reflect on from every investment or change that you make. Okay? So if you're changing an offer, changing pricing, why? Why are you doing that? And what do you want to see happen from that? Do you want to see revenue stay the same, but client workload go down? If that's what you want, you need to track like your time spent or your revenue versus clients, that kind of thing. If you are going to invest in ads, get really clear on what you want to see happen after maybe your first month, second month, third month with ads. I know that's hard when people are like, I don't know what to expect or what I can expect. My honest recommendation is set the bar honestly low. I want to learn what service my clients are most interested in after running ads for 2 months. I want to grow my social media following. I want to grow my email list. I want to book 2 new clients, 3 new clients. I want to test 3 different strategies and learn which is the best one at the end of 3 months. Make almost a worst case scenario plan and get clear on tracking that plan so that at the end, you can feel confident in the decision that you made. When I'm investing in a coach or a mastermind, it's not about, I need to see this much money come from this, or I need to see this many new clients come from this anymore. Because I already know how to make more money and what I need to do to make more money right now. Of course, I don't know everything. I learn a lot still from people. I'm in 2 masterminds. One is strictly business. It's online business. It's how to grow group programs and memberships with a brilliant coach. Her name is Vix Meldrew. If you look her up on Instagram or Threads, she has helped me immensely in scaling Hometown Advantage, my group program. I just re-signed with her because our first year just came up. Literally, she never stops growing and learning and sharing things with her clients, which is why I just want to be in her world. For her, it's just about keeping up with what is working and what's not in online business and adjusting as she shares. This helps me in 2 ways because it helps me grow my own program and then it helps me with other people and the clients I work with. My other mastermind is a local one and it's business, but it's really about creating a life first business. It's called the Embodied Business Club. And it's all about obviously like embodying who you are so that business feels fun and joyful and like second nature, right? And with that one, it's really about personal growth. I invest in it for the personal growth. Because when I grow as a person, like we talked about in point 1 about having confidence in all of these things, my business grows. I cannot track a direct ROI on that, but I have worked with them for about 2 years. And I can think back to conversations I've had with that group and coaching I've gotten in that group 2 years ago compared to where I am now and the coaching I'm asking for now. I have developed so much as a human being in my confidence, in my tendencies to overwork, all of these things. Okay, so for that investment, I have one thing I want, and it's to increase confidence and feel more aligned in my daily life. And that's exactly what happens when I participate in that mastermind. Okay, so to sum that one up, point number 3 is get clear on one thing you want from each investment and then reflect on that. Because then you can come out of investments and things feeling, okay, I got what I wanted, or I didn't get what I wanted, but I did get this. And you can feel confident in it, which helps you feel confident going forward in other investments. If you go in willy-nilly and you're just like, oh, I just hope this works, and then you only get halfway through the course and you never attend the calls, and sometimes you use the resources available, but sometimes you don't, you could come out of that program having I'm going to use Hometown Advantage as an example. Having launched your ads and increased your email list by 300 people, which is 300 new people that you can sell to forever, but you can feel like you failed because you didn't set the expectation. My own expectation with my own masterminds and things that I want is not about participating in full. It's honestly about just taking what I need and being a community member and trusting that it's enough. Because it is. Truly. Whew. I want to straighten my legs out, but if I put my laptop down that far, it will not be a pretty angle. So can't do that. Let's finish these up. The fourth thing I've done to learn how to make scary business decisions with confidence is to commit to seasons of hustle or committing to going hard or above and beyond sometimes. Okay, so I don't have these strong stances on hustle culture, anti-hustle culture, or any of these things. I feel like I'm like most people, middle of the road. Sometimes you got to work your ass off. Sometimes it's not the right time to work your ass off. Sometimes you got to rest, right? I haven't been the best at the resting piece, but I have been good at going hard in seasons or at times or for long periods of time and going above and beyond to reach a goal or to prove to myself that I can do hard things. Okay, so I will challenge myself to certain things. Like I'm going to post twice a day, every single day for 2 weeks, or I'm just going to post every day for a month, or I'm going to work out 20 times this month, which comes out to around 5 times a week. Or I'm going to go for a 2-mile walk every single day for a month. Try to think of some other non-business ones, more life ones other than working out. I'm going to meditate before I open my laptop all 4 days that I work this week. No Amazon months or no DoorDash months me and my husband have done. Okay, so the reason I think this has been so influential for me when it comes to learning to make scary business decisions and take risks in my business is because it's taught myself that I can do hard things. It's trained my brain to believe that I can do things outside of my comfort zone or that I don't normally do, that I can make time for things if I really care about it. On the flip side of that, I've also been working really hard on not saying I'm going to do something unless I'm really going to do it. I call my husband out for this. Tell him, don't say you're going to do that if you don't truly believe you can make that happen. Because you have done the opposite of what I just explained. You have trained your brain to not believe you ever when you say you're going to do something. Don't say you're going to drink that whole gallon of water every day this week if you're not so committed it's your number one commitment for the week, right? You need to feel in your heart of hearts that you can do this, even if you've never seen yourself do it before. I manifest that shit by picturing the outcomes after going to the gym 5 days a week for 3 months. I'll be in the shower and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I am fit. I have more energy than I've ever had in my life. I'm wearing a dang 2-piece on my parent boat. I'm picturing it. I'm partying, I'm dancing, I'm feeling more confident than ever. Like I can see myself, I can smell the lake. I can hear the Bruce Springsteen that my dad's playing on the radio. I can see my kids in their life jackets dancing along. That is such a specific example. I would do this with my course when I was building Hometown Advantage and when I was launching it. I would go to Orange Theory. And if you've never been to Orange Theory, it's group fitness classes where for a third of the time you're on the treadmill, sometimes up to half the time. And then the other thirds, you're either on the rower and then on the floor with weights. And if you've ever ridden on a treadmill, you know how boring that is. But you'd have mirrors right in front of you. And I would just be like looking myself right in the eye, picturing a 30K launch. Picturing those sales notifications coming in on my phone. I'm closing my eyes right now. I could see them on my screen. I could hear the little ping sound going off. I could see myself walking out of my office and going into my husband's office and saying, oh my gosh, we're up to 20 sales. I could see us going for my traditional post webinar day margarita and celebrating all the sales there, cheersing to 20 sales just today. That's literally never happened, but I've gotten close, and I visualize potential outcomes of these challenging things that I commit to. But at the same time, I hope this makes sense, I do still detach myself from that actual outcome, because I say, okay, if I go to the gym 5 times a week for 3 months straight, I can picture myself looking ripped as heck and amazing. But at a bare minimum, I am going to build some really good muscle, and my clothes are going to fit better. There's just no way around that if you are doing that hard of a weight training workout that consistently. If I post twice a day, every single day for 2 weeks, I am going to have more views. I am going to have more people reaching out to me and more people noticing me, because it's just really hard for them not to at that rate. If I run $1,000 worth of ads this month to grow my email list, I will likely come out with a couple hundred more people on my email list, which is going to help me sell more offers down the road, even if no one buys this whole month. Okay, so I was using examples that were more long-term, but if you are not used to pushing yourself in that way, start smaller. Start with something easy. Maybe you want to read more. So you're going to read before bed for the next 3 days. Maybe you want to post more. I'm still recording something. See here. I'm right here. I'm almost done though.
Sorry.
The moral of the story here is challenge yourself in ways that seem a little bit hard, but you know you can do in your heart of hearts. And on the flip side, don't say you're going to do things unless you really think you're going to do it. You're not going to be at 100%, achievable? Is that a word? Achievable rate? But it will help you see that you can manage hard things and that you can trust yourself to make something out of these risks and investments that you make. You got to build that muscle, baby. All right, number 5. This is a new one to my list after my life-changing Disney cruise. It's schedule quarterly resets. I don't know about you, but I get too far deep into the same routines so often. And there's never been a time where when I haven't, rested or taken these resets, that I've slowly gotten better at something, possibly. But for the most part, bad habits that seem minimal at one point just get easier and easier to make happen, such as scrolling before bed instead of reading, or just going back to sleep, or checking my phone in between tasks during work, or not going to the gym day after day, because once you get out of the routine, it's hard to get back in unless you do a quarterly reset. Okay, so this has been huge for me when I can get away, physically away from things. I can come back so much stronger and so much clearer on what I should do next. That's how the membership decision finally came to life after months of debating it. I think it's good, honey. I went on a Disney cruise with my family. I did not buy the Wi-Fi package. I did not work. I did not go on social media. I completely reset. I focused everything on myself and my family. I had a blast, and I just came back feeling so strong, scared to make these changes, but ready because of that reset. The tiny little turtle. Oh boy, that's so cute though. So if you don't have those planned in, even if it's just one night away, one night feels, I don't know, for me, one night feels like it's actually not enough, but maybe it would be if I was more regular and I didn't have to do like a full week ghost everything like I had worked myself into, because I had gone 4 years without taking a break like that. So that is what I needed in that time, and I'm so happy that I didn't, because it's changed my life. And it will be happening much more often now, because it is like that slingshot theory. Sometimes you got to pull back, keep pulling back, keep taking space to eventually let go and whooshoo, slingshot forward. I'm almost done, okay? That completes it. We as business owners have both the freedom and the responsibility to change things when needed, to invest in ourselves and our business to grow, even when it's uncomfortable. And I just thought this was a great episode because running ads and making smart business decisions require that same muscle of taking action before everything is exactly certain. And there's no special formula to knowing, is this going to work out? It all comes down to these things that really, looking back, it's all about focusing on you personally, nothing to do with where the business is at. Okay, so that being said, I would love to talk about this big change happening in my business, which is that Hometown Advantage, which has been a group coaching program for over 2 years, no, almost 2 years now, is turning into a monthly membership. So here's what that looks like. Every month that you're inside the membership, you get access to the full Hometown Advantage course curriculum, which teaches you my go-to 3 ads that every local business owner should be running if they want to grow their business using social media, if they're ready to scale, if they're ready to get seen by 10 times more people and build the visibility and audience and leads that they need to sell to easily over and over and over again over time. You learn why we run these type of ads. You learn how to create them. You get templates on how to create them. You learn what to write and how to write it. You learn how to set them up in Ads Manager. You learn what numbers to track once they're set up. You learn what to change based on what your numbers say. I also teach a lot of other fun, just bonus things. I teach about optimizing your social media page, my organic marketing strategy, and how I think you only need to post around 8 times a month or 2 times a week. I teach you how to systematize this whole thing. Okay, so all of that exactly as it is. Anytime I make changes to it, make updates, I'm constantly recording new trainings based on what we're seeing work across the board for our local business clients. You get access to all of that material. While you're inside the membership too, you also get personalized coaching from me and the Hometown Advantage team. So there is a community for you to bounce ideas off of, get feedback from people inside the group. Maybe you're having tech issues and you're wondering if anyone else has experienced them. There's a community for that for you to go to all the time, which can be so helpful when you're in these pinches or you're stuck in these moments where you just don't know how to move forward. You can get really quick and clear advice from other people in the community or from myself and my co-coaches on exactly what they would do to get out of that stuck position. That is invaluable. You know, if you've had that type of community before, or if you don't have it, how hard it is to keep moving forward when you don't have anyone to bounce ideas off of. It's in your desk. On top of the community, we have a very high touch way that we give you personalized one-to-one support on your ad result. So every time that you have 7 days worth of ad results, you submit us the information and the data that we need. We teach you how to submit that to us. And we will record a video or write a full guide workup on exactly what's working and what's not, and what we would test next or try next based on your results and your goals. You can do that once a week, every 7 days worth of ad data, which is insanely valuable. It will help you waste less money on ads that aren't working, stop wasting money on strategies that were never meant for local businesses or your goals that you have, and really increase that return over time so that you can continually grow. And our goal is that you continually spend more on ads because you're making such a great return that it only makes sense. You also get other fun bonuses like the monthly post prompts, where every month we tell you what you should post this month based on the season, based on trends. We show you examples. We keep it really simple. You don't have to go record specific things for your posts. You just need a baseline of recordings of your space, of you working, of people doing whatever you do, photos, and all of that to make our post prompts work. People love this part of the program because it makes posting go so much faster and spend so much less mental energy thinking, what should I post? We lay it all out for you. We tell you why the post is a good idea. We give examples. We give you fill in the blank captions, all of that fun stuff. The last thing I'll say about perks of joining the membership is that we will no longer be offering 7-day intensives or ad account setups or anything like that to anyone unless they are inside the membership, because we have been doing done for you services for so many different people. And we've learned that unless you're signing on to have us manage your ads every month, which we only take a select few certain types of businesses to do that for, you really need to have a baseline of what works, what doesn't, and our strategies in general so that you can maintain your own ads. Because that is the point of this membership, is that you learn the fastest and most profitable way to market your business without hiring it out to someone who's charging thousands and thousands of dollars a month. And that will leave you with nothing when you stop because you don't have a baseline understanding of how local advertising works on social media. Okay, so if you want us to set up your ads, if you want us to support you in any way with your ads, you have to be in the membership first. And then we will have exclusive rates for people in the membership for us to do like the 7-day intensive where we set up your ads for you within 7 days, strategy calls, all of these things. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. All of this is going to be $99 a month. There's no minimum time commitment. You can come and go when the time is right for you. But we are launching with an offer where if you sign up for 6 months, you will get 1 month free. Plus, my team will set up your entire ad account for you, meaning we get all the tech set up, your actual ad account, your Facebook pixel, which is something that has to be installed on your website to do the right tracking for Meta, your custom audiences and things like that. They're more technical things behind the scenes that we will set up for you if you sign up for the 6-month option. I don't know how long I'm offering the ad account setup for the 6-month option. It is going to be limited time because there is a process behind the scenes to getting those done. So we can't just always have it running. The last perk of joining during this initial launch is I am going to be hosting a live launch sprint. We are going to launch your local follower ad, the first ad that I teach, all together, step by step. We're going to create the ads together on Zoom. We're going to write your ads together on Zoom. We're going to step by step set them up in Ads Manager together on Zoom. And of course, yes, there's replays in case there's a certain day you can't make. We're going to do all of that in 3 days together where I can look at your ads. I can read your copy live on the call. I can give you real-time feedback, and you will have the accountability and step-by-step to show up and get ads launched within 3 days. I am hosting that the first week of July. Let me pull up my calendar. I don't have exact dates, but it's likely going to start July 6th or 7th, which is that first full week of July. And only people inside the membership at that time will get access to that. So again, even if you can't make those calls live, it will be really helpful to watch the replay and be in the community while we're doing it, because you can even watch the replay as soon as you're off work or what have you, and then you can get the real-time feedback from me inside the community. Again, it's going to help you launch so much faster and with so much more clarity, having me over your shoulder, helping you every step of the way. So exciting. The membership is scheduled to be ready to bring people in June 20th. The only reason it's not ready right now, because it's a lot of the same of what we have in the program, is because we're switching platforms. We're putting the curriculum and the community call replays, all of these things all in one login place, which is not currently how things exist. So we've just got some tech to set up for that behind the scenes, and we are working away at that right now. And when it's ready, which at the latest will be June 23rd, we are going to be ready to welcome you in. I cannot wait for this change for my clients, for what it means for your results, your investment level, and what it's going to mean for me behind the scenes. Because making this decision supported my values. I feel unwavering confidence in the results you're going to get from this. And because I have changed things up and done scary things in the past and I can trust myself, I am so excited and confident in this. If you're interested in the membership, I would love to hear from you. I do have a really quick video I recorded the other day where I'm showing behind the scenes what it's going to look like. So if you're interested in that, you can DM me membership or comment on any of my posts. You won't get the video instantly. I am sending those out personally, but if you comment it, I'll know that's what you want, is for me to send you that video. And we will chat soon. Bye.